why is there no monies under the UNH capital reserve?
It doesn't show that there's money in there, but it only shows when we expend some of it.
Well, not shown on either of these sheets.
Right.
David, where are you looking?
Well, I'm looking on expense on page 19, capital reserves from UNH, nothing. And then on the revenue sheets, which we haven't put anything in, so I wouldn't expect to see anything. There's nothing there either. And I know there's something in the fund.
But we're not gonna add, okay. For the expenditures, it was, well, UNH capital reserve, there is nothing in it, but we know, maybe you can show us what it is.
It shows up when we
Spend it.
spend something
Yeah.
which needs your approval.
Would you let us
Spend
know
it.
how much is in there?
We can tell you, we can
Yeah.
find that out for you.
Representative Umberger?
Yes, in this expenditure and revenue thing, it will not show up unless they specifically add some lines down here to say how much is in those particular funds. And I think that if I understood what you were asking, is that we would like an accounting of what is in each of the capital reserve funds. And that's something that can be
Done.
up.
All right. Okay, we are finished with the budget. Any more questions on the budget?
All in favor?
We're not going there. We have had quite a lot of discussion on what? Because we're closing the hearing. Is there any public input on the budget for the county? Because we're going to close that now and continue on with the rest of us. Yes, Representative, excuse me, Susan, former Representative Wiley.
Susan Wiley from Sandwich. I would like to hear a little bit more about what kind of programs and education we are providing our inmates in the correctional centers. It seems to me that our inmates are in there longer than they've ever been in there before, and it seems to me that we continue to cut services. I would like to hear exactly what we're doing, being that our mission tells us we're doing rehabilitation, if I'm reading the mission correctly.
Yes, and as this is a hearing for the budget, I'm thinking that what we will ask is that the department heads, when they come before us, that they would have a better explanation of what it is that's happening in the for rehab in the jails.
We presently have 20,000 in there for inmate programs.
Yes, Chip?
Just a couple of
Wait a minute,
observations.
wait a minute. Representative Algren?
I would imagine, former Representative Wiley, that that the subcommittee might talk about that a little bit. And you know, if you went to those are open, and you might be able to find a lot, because I'm sure that they cover that when they talk about that.
Thank you. I'll attempt to do that.
If you have
It's
time.
been difficult
Yeah.
sometimes to find out when the subcommittees are meeting and what kinds of things they have already talked about. I would like to see some minutes from subcommittee meetings, and maybe I would better understand. But I can't find minutes from subcommittee meetings. Thank you.
Yes, Chip?
A couple of observations on the annex building. I had proposed to the commissioners that they establish a square foot rental factor, which would clarify how much money the nursing home would pay for its laundry facility and maintenance, as well as how much money cooperative extension would pay for the space they use, and then the pellet boiler dividing that up. But I think that's would clear up some issues. As far as the dispatch centers are concerned, a quick calculation of that. If Moultonborough does in fact pay 25% of the taxes, which I think might be a little high, but let's assume that they are paying that. they're essentially paying $195,000 worth of the dispatch budget, which amounts to a little under 5 cents, about 4.8 cents per thousand on their tax bill. If you break the dispatch center up evenly between 10 towns, you're talking about $78,000, but obviously it's disproportionately paid because of the amount of real estate in the town. But I don't think we're talking about millions of dollars, and I also think that probably a more interesting conversation might be how much less it would cost Conway, how much less it would cost Wilbur to actually do it here as opposed to doing it themselves. Thanks. Oh, on the non-public, hopefully you'll clarify for us why you feel that you need to go into non-public for this discussion and what it's gonna encompass. Because I think our feeling is that if it's a security issue or security discussion, that's appropriate. But if we're talking about the budget in non-public, I don't think that's.
As I said at the first of the meeting, if this goes into questions about security, we will go into non-public. That's what we will talk about, is security of the jail in the non-public.
I'll turn my hearing aids up.
If we have budget issues, which we've already done to the jail, and the jail needs X amount for that security, that will be done in public, but the security issues and the details will not be done in public. That's the difference, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Yes, Representative Benson.
Thank you. Madam Chairman, this question of minutes at subcommittees, at my jail subcommittee has come up before by Ed and now by Mrs. Wiley. I brought it up to the commissioners 2 weeks ago and asked how we go about getting a clerk, and they said to talk to the chairman of the delegation. It's a delegation responsibility. So what do we do?
Excuse
I
me.
don't know. What do we do? I don't know. Yes.
Each subcommittee should identify one of their members as a clerk to take the minutes of that meeting and to make sure that it gets reported. Okay, on the sheriff's subcommittee, I make the notes and I provide the information. On the, whatever one we have, I take the notes and I provide the information. And so it's the responsibility of the subcommittee. If you don't believe that you have the capability within your subcommittee, then I would personally say that perhaps someone else should be added to the subcommittee, or a switch made so that there is someone available to take the notes. But the delegation has not ever provided money to provide a clerk or to provide someone to take notes at the subcommittee. And I don't,
I take it on the jail. Have you got anybody taking minutes?
It's a scary thought. Representative McCarthy or myself, or Harry or Norman. I think I'd rather go with an outside reporter.
well, then you can come up with the money.
Perhaps our Representative Umberger should be. I find her talents invaluable.
Already has sufficient things to do. Thank you very much.
So that doesn't answer your question, Representative Benson, does it?
No, because it's my feeling, there's 4 of us on the committee and we're trying to absorb what's going on at the jail and do the budget. It's pretty hard to take notes at the same time.
Life happens like that. I have been a clerk many a times doing the
Tell me
same
about
thing. Yes.
You just have to speak slow.
Yeah, I'm just offering a comment. I thought that those had been decided that they were actually work sessions, they would be open to the public.
They
The
are.
subcommittee would be bringing back the information into a more open forum where there would be minutes.
That was another thing that was mentioned, that we didn't need to take them because they were work sessions.
I don't know. Let me think about what it is you do, because you really, in the House, let's switch to House and subcommittees. We do have clerks down at the house when we're sitting as subcommittees, and we do have minutes. They're not up on the internet. A lot of the committees, finance is on the, finance you've got WhatsApp, but, you know.
Because Karen's there.
What, you take the minutes? Yeah, okay.
Like I said, I've got plenty of
You got
minutes to
plenty
do,
to do.
thank you very much.
Plenty to do. I'll figure out at your subcommittee, if you, Representative Babs, I don't know what to say to you. Find somebody, Frank.
Well, are they subcommittees, Madam Chairman, are they subcommittee meetings or are they work sessions?
Are they required minutes?
That's the question, that they required minutes of subcommittee.
Nothing in the RSA that requires minutes from a subcommittee meeting.
Yes. Yes.
I would acknowledge that although there's nothing in the RSAs that require minutes of subcommittee meetings, perhaps the point here is making sure that everyone on the delegation is hearing the same thing, and the public is hearing the same thing that you're hearing, and it's a cohesive, open communication, so everybody's on the same page, and it could be done just as a courtesy. Everything doesn't have to be done just because it's in the RSA.
Under 91A, I'm not sure that, I think that probably a subcommittee, if it is, would be considered a committee. I have to look into
Madam
that.
Chairman, we get it videotaped, that's not sufficient.
That's not enough, Karen.
Well, I'm not sure that that does it as they come to subcommittee. I don't think they come to subcommittee.
Yes, it does.
Some come, all the time.
Sometimes he does, and-
Yeah,
I don't think he's, be on the staff.
yeah. Sometimes you're there, sometimes you're not, yes.
Yeah, I
Commissioner.
think one thing that has to be done is the chairman of the subcommittees ought to post it
Mhm.
and let people know that it's happening, and we can put it on the website, we post it downstairs.
Yeah. And sometimes if you don't and you forget, sometimes, you know, you get chewed out and, you know, send me to my room because I forgot to post it. I said, you know, there are times that happens, yes, sir.
How does the delegation receive information about subcommittees? How do you know what's going on in the subcommittee if there's no minutes
Usually
and no
the chairmans
communication?
of the subcommittees will tell Laurie, and then it goes that route.
Yeah, and usually those are posted. I mean, there are unusual circumstances sometimes that may arise when it isn't posted, but I don't think that's the case. I think the norm is that they're posted, the information goes out to the committee at least, and the word is out that there is a committee meeting. The other day at the nursing home, Representative Babson was there. I think we had 2 commissioners there. So it isn't that, even with that, and that was a time when, I have to admit, I did not, when I rescheduled a meeting, subcommittee meeting, that did not get public posting. The previous one, which was canceled, had a public notice. So I think for the most part, our committees do get the notices out, public notices, as well as to the committee members, the delegation members. So.
We are not putting them in the newspaper. We don't spend money on the subcommittees to do that. Yes, sir, and then.
Just want to follow up. I'll restate the question. How do the individual delegates receive the information of what goes on in the subcommittees, in the meetings and the commissioners' meeting? How do they receive the information? How do you keep yourself updated?
Oh, okay, the output of that meeting, not the information about when the meeting is being held.
Right, the output
of that meeting. I think that comes back from what I've heard when the delegation meets. We get the feedback from what has happened. Much more in depth than if you get just a brief, sketchy output on a piece of paper. I think the discussions that follow in the meetings on budget or whatever those may be reflect the happenings in the various subcommittees.
You get it through the email is what I know. Representative Algren.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I guess maybe to Mr. Comeau, is that how you pronounce it? To his question is that each subcommittee has their work sessions, and we get the budget from the commissioners, but then in January and February, we will be coming in and each subcommittee chair will be reviewing and telling to the delegation and in this forum, you know, what they found. They give their report. So that information comes to us at the delegation meeting in that forum, and that's when it, you know, that